Well, my name is John Barry, and I've known Garry McFadden probably for 15, 20 years. He's been a close family friend, and our connection begins at the church. My family's been a member of First Presbyterian Church, and Garry was an icon in the church as he spent many Sundays greeting people in the parking lot, not only on Sunday morning, but when we came back on Sunday afternoon with the youth group meetings in the afternoon and evening, and Garry was always there, and we forged a very close personal relationship through the church that has lasted for a long time, multiple generations, not only my parents and myself, but also all of my children. I think each of my children carry one of Garry's business cards in their wallet in case they get into trouble. They can call him. I guess the thing that I see in Garry is an ideal candidate. When I think about somebody serving in public office, the thing that strikes me about Garry is really, I think of it in terms of the 3 C's. Garry is an incredible communicator. Garry's a great connector, and he's a great collaborator. Let's start with connecting first. Garry knows everybody. You can't go anywhere in the city without bumping into somebody who knows Garry, and everybody has a Garry McFadden story. But the interesting thing is it doesn't matter for Garry your socioeconomic status, your gender, your race, your age. There are just so many ways that he connects with people, and I think that's the first special ingredient that you need, somebody who can connect. The second thing is communication, being a good communicator. Garry is tremendous in that regard, and I think it is best demonstrated in the way he builds trust with people. Then taking that on to the third item, which is collaboration. Knowing not only what the concerns are, but then bringing together the right people to address the issues and develop a solution that can be a win-win for everybody. And we've seen that a number of times. I think a great, simple example might be his work with cops and barbers. Understanding, the issue with youth that may be a bit disenfranchised in one respect, yet knowing that a good connect point, a safe place might be in a barbershop, and beginning to create a constructive dialogue whereby cops and barbers can begin to have open, frank discussions with the youth and think of constructive solutions and ways to impact maybe situations that the youth are not happy about. I mentioned First Presbyterian Church and our relationship with Garry, and so when Garry made the decision that he wanted to run for public office, I had the occasion of finding out from my mother, and Garry tells a great story about talking to my mother about whether or not he should do this. Nevertheless, it was immediately important to me that so much of my life with Garry, the church was a centerpiece of that. And I knew so many people in the church had a deep affection for Garry, and that we wanted to create some kind of event that would allow everybody in the church community to really participate in some form or fashion in supporting him and letting him know that they were there to help him, in part because of their gratitude for the way he had been there for us at the church for so many years. All of them feeling this very close connection with Garry, and a bit of excitement around the fact that our community needed somebody at this point in time, recognizing some of the issues that we had confronted, some of the challenges that were ahead of us as a growing city, where some places in the city are doing very well and some places in the city are not doing so well. And trying to think who can help at this time in the life of our city, who can be a catalyst for the kind of change that we need, again, to create change that's sustainable for the long term, but also just improves the quality of life for everybody in the greater Charlotte metro region. There's no question Garry McFadden is the person for that job.